Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. 1 year after the tragic crash of Air India flight AI-171, the search for answers is still underway. In a statement marking the first anniversary of the disaster, the Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau has said significant progress has been made, but the final report is still months away. Investigators have spent the past year examining flight recorder data, aircraft systems, engine components, maintenance records and operational procedures. The AAIB says all evidence is now being analyzed through a comprehensive and evidence-based process, with additional technical evaluations still ongoing. But for the families of the victims, several questions still remain unanswered. What exactly caused the crash? Was it a technical failure, a maintenance lapse, a manufacturing defect, or a combination of factors? And with the final report still pending, should compensation and legal settlements move ahead before the complete facts are known? 1 year after the Ahmedabad AI crash, victims' families still await closure. When will the truth come out? Joining us live is Vandana Singh, aviation expert. Also with us, Narendra Mishra, who has appeared in the Indigo flight crisis case as well. He is an advocate. Also with us is Captain Kesri Singh, Civil Aviation Director. And also with us is Surjit Panesar, aviation expert. Let me make a start with you first. Narendra Mishra. Narendra Mishra, is this something now which will have to be expedited through the courts? Already the father, one of the pilots, has gone to the Supreme Court. Is that the only way the final probe report will come out faster? Should the court issue a direction? Narendra Mishra, can you hear me? Okay. I think we're having some trouble with Narendra Mishra's connection there. Captain Kesri Singh, let me quickly draw you in here. Captain Singh, 1 year after the crash, but still no answers to the questions, no closure yet for the families. What are your thoughts on this anniversary, and what, according to you, explains the delay?
Like at that time also, when this accident took place, you can just recall my recordings, like in my interviews. I very clearly mentioned that it will take a longer time than expected. And that is because of the reason that because of Air India's reputation is at stake. And then secondly, the Boeing's reputation is also at stake. So that time also I mentioned that it will take a longer time. And first thing is that, so it's not clear, even now it's not clear that when they are going to submit a final report.
Yes, but Captain Singh, according to you, as you said, yes, it is clear, still unclear as to when the final report will be out. But what explains the delay? Is it because of pressure? Is it because of sheer complication of the situation? Is it because further analysis on the engine is due, or is it other factors?
I think that this AIB, the team of AIB, that I think they have to answer these all questions. The thing is, yes, when the government, if government wants to investigate thoroughly, and then I think engine, if they want to send engine to manufacturer's facility, then it's not an issue. So I think there is something else. This is something else which is beyond. I think I cannot explain that.
Right. Let me, in fact, quickly draw in Vandana Singh at this point. Vandana Singh, let me bring you in here, of course, on what you make of the latest statement from AAIB indicating significant progress is made. Of course, no conclusive, conclusion as yet, but significant progress has been made is what they're saying. Are you satisfied with that status?
Good evening, Uday, and good evening to all the NewsX viewers. Firstly, no, I am not satisfied, if that is what my opinion is as an aviation expert. Also on a personal note, data, as we know, it protects the living. And right now, every Boeing 787 flyer would be really confused right now whether they should even fly the equipment or not, because 1 year later, this mystery is not solved. Was it the FedEx miscommand? Was it the electrical failure? Or was it the switches? Or what was it? Nothing came out. We were told by the minister that within 1 month we will know the facts. We didn't know the facts. Now we have a statement which is saying that, look, we are going deeper into the investigation. GE is examining the engines, all of that. But my question is, what was happening for the last 12 months? This is the question that needs to be answered. Obviously, the first theory, Uday, which was pointing clearly towards the pilots, as I spoke yesterday, 100% towards there, not even looking at the machine, the engineering, the systems, nothing. They were looking at nothing. And obviously, this first theory, the black box data has failed it, and otherwise they would have come charging within 90 days and said it is the pilot's error. Now that theory has failed. They understand it is the FedEx behind it, there is Boeing behind it. GE has to look at the engines and answer all the questions about the switches, about the electrical cascading faults, all of that. And also, like I mentioned Uday yesterday, that since 10 months they've been hovering around the pilot's aged father, whereas 10 months later, just 1 month back, they've gone to the lone survivor of this tragedy. And when he's talking about flickering lights, I think the writing is on the wall. There was a bang. They haven't really done their job. The AAIB and an expert has quit. We know all that. So whatever is coming out right now is just a sort of an assurance that, look, we are working on it, or we are on the job, we are getting to the bottom of it, but let's hope that the truth comes out. And that is also the reason why we spoke earlier of an independent investigation, of a judicial probe, of a criminal probe, where all the stakeholders are really brought to the table under oath, I would say, where GE is brought under oath, where Boeing is summoned, where Air India is summoned, all of them, Honeywell is summoned, and they are asked these questions. This has not happened. It's happening in a closed door investigation and just under DGCA. And then we question the experts.
So you believe
One
it's a very
expert has
vague,
walked up.
it's a very vague status report that has come out, that significant progress has been made. We don't know what progress that is. We don't know when the final report will come out yet at all.
Exactly. So this is my point, that condolences honor the dead. Sure, the minister is offering his condolences, but this is so vague and so short and so. I mean, what is it saying? There's nothing there, nothing except we are going into the investigation, which means that for 1 year nothing has happened. Minister himself said that I'll come back in 1 month with full, and now we don't know whether it will take 3 months, 6 months, full year. In my view, Uday, we should actually wait to get to the bottom of it. The truth, the engineering truth has to come out so that no further casualty or no further mishap happens for the Boeing 787 flyers. There are 1,200 flying around, and I do not know if these are flying coffins as we speak, but there is danger over there to the lives of people who are traveling. And I think to make safer skies, this safety aspect has to be non-negotiable. They can take another year from my side, but let's get down to the bottom of the truth.
Narendra Mishra,
Back to you.
will it have to be the courts that will have to intervene here too? Is that when a final probe will come out? Is that when the fast tracking of this probe report will come out? Do you believe this is a fit case for the courts to intervene? Already, of course, one of the pilot's father has approached the Supreme Court, but that is, of course, a different matter because they're not happy with what the preliminary probe suggests, trying to put it on pilot error.
My voice is coming there?
Yes, now we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, please. There is a 4 or 5 very important things today happened by the government, and this is some point are very importance to this. Point number one, there is the manufacturing defect. Today's Government is not cured technically first. Second, the government is neither taken any actions against these or those companies, which is defected. And next one is there, main focus on the government are the final report are the expected within the next 2 or 3 months due to ongoing of the engine studies will focus the entire on the due middle air fuels and the cutoff. The preliminary report are noted the both engines on fuel are control and switch move from the run to the cutoff, but essentially the core investigation resolve around the three possibilities, but till today there is not any outcomes result are there. First one is there the human actions is not taking, they determine the flight crew inventories are the intermittently flip the switch. Second is the report. In the report, second part of this, the electrically software and glitch investigation is the switch main power of the failure for force flight the computer to the robot and mid-air. The could be inversely and inversely ground on the status. Third is there the competent testing. The essentially the GE Aerospace Engine Management Unit currently undergoing the rigorous analysis in the US and France. But my government is already permitted. Why? This is already the government failure in there. A lot of passengers are the suffering till 2 days at 2 days. But there is some others families member are already other suffering till 2 days and before of this. And some there is another issues after the entire things that 2 days a lot of families uh, trying to the waiving rights using there a lot of codes, but there is a nothing output at come 2 days.
No, but what I'm trying to ask you, Narendra Mishra, is should the courts intervene here? Should they, issue
I
directions?
already
Should
filed the
they,
two
should they issue directions on a timeline within which this probe report should come out?
No, there is a not after the court directions expedite to this entire spendings, entire thing and process. But till 2 days, there is a not executed by the government of the India's and something. There the two very important issues. The waiving rights are the issues. One is the legalities. Second is ethically. Legally is there the under action framework on the airlines cannot be legally block the family. They are the baseless statutory and compensate by the coincing them the liabilities and waivers, but there is the companies all not paid the single coins of the these families. First, second, ethically, government is not taking any actions against these companies and demanding or the suggesting that the valuable families sign in out of the cut-off settlement bearing the from the failure litigation before the final proof and report. It is the hability and commodity the behavior and the forensic corporate tax is the tax financial advantage of the grievance family before the true and false assign. Government is totally failures and court is already the multiple times giving the opportunities by the
Right.
way of the judicial reviews and
Right.
other.
I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Let me join the others once again. Captain Kesri Singh, let me, in fact, quickly bring you in here also on, the sad aspect that we have not learnt any lessons as yet. Do you believe any remedial steps have been taken after this tragedy? Or are we waiting for the final report before steps will be taken?
I think there are few circulars which have been published or which have been come into force now, but nothing related to Air India 171. It's you must be knowing that FDTL after that Indigo thing, that FDTL uh, FDTL scheme was there, new norms introduced, but nothing specific to this Air India 17 crash. Nothing after that. Nothing related to this.
Yes. Surjit Panisar is also, I believe, joining the broadcast now. Surjit Panisar, thank you for also being with us on this anniversary of this crash. It's a very sad day today, but still no answers for the questions, no closure for the families. Your thoughts on this occasion and why justice and this fight for justice is taking so long? Surjit Panisar, can you hear me, sir? I think we are having some connection issues with him. Vandana, let me draw you in here as well. Vandana, what kind of timeline are we looking at, or is it difficult to say? Are we looking at another year? Are we looking at another 4 years? Are we looking at 6 months? When do you believe this final report will be out?
Uday, in my view, first of all, a lot of investigations and complex investigations can take more than 2 years. So I'd rather this takes another year to get to the bottom of it, rather than they come out with something just like as vague as you see today after 1 year. I'd rather it goes deeper, so it can easily take another year, as far as I think so, because they need to analyze all the aspects. The FedEx data needs to be, the logic needs to be looked into, the TCMA miscommand needs to be looked into, the EE forensic pictures need to come out, the electrical short circuiting theory needs to be checked, because surely that was one of the causes. And all of the dots need to be combined. And I think if it takes a longer time, so let it be. So it may. From our side, it's okay. But the truth, to give a closure to those 262 souls who have died, 1 year that has gone by, what kind of closure are we giving them? And what are we going to achieve for the future Boeing 787 flyers who are actually flying around as we speak? We also know there was an FAA advisory in 2016. There was an FAA advisory in 2018. Maybe that FedEx miscommand really thought that plane is on ground. This is why all of that happened, and everybody perished in 3 seconds of takeoff. So really, it can take time, Uday. Let it take a year, but let them come out with facts and not conjectures like they've been coming out, or selected leaks, or really take it towards the pilot and human side and the pilot psyche. I'd rather they stick to the engineering truth, the engineering facts, and come out with it properly. And I really am for a judicial probe over here, because that makes things get stronger. India needs that kind of autonomy as far as this is concerned. And you need an independent body to look into it, which is not under any pressure, not under any government pressure, which has the real experts inside that room, which will come out with the facts and which will give an independent, result over there, the result of an inquiry, so that such disasters can be avoided, and so that aviation remains the safest mode of going from point A to point B. In my view, that would be the real honor that we would do to these 260 people, souls who are dead, as we mark their 1 year anniversary there.
Yes. Let me, in fact, once again attempt to go back to Surjit Panesar if he is there with us. Surjit Panesar, can you hear me now, sir? Surjit Panesar,
Hello.
are you there with us?
I can hear you.
Okay, yes. I was trying to ask you, sir, your thoughts on this anniversary, on this very sad day. The fact is that closure still eludes the victims of the Air India AI-171 crash. What has led to this delay in the probe report, sir? And are you satisfied with the latest status update that the AAIB has provided?
Well, I'm not satisfied with the latest report which AIB said. They are talking did you put the fuel lever off? Let me tell you something very important. In our training, no one is taught no action till 500 feet. And a person, when he is rotating the nose for getting airborne, he cannot leave the stick and then put the lever off. Even if we accept the statement as correct, one lever off, how did the other engine sympathize with him to fail together? And no pilot, even a sane pilot, cannot put both the levers together, leaving the stick, control stick. I personally feel, let there be open public inquiry and not by unprofessional who have never flown, never seen an aircraft, they are investigating this crash. It has to be open by calling all the experts and aviators who have flown this type of aircraft. DGC has got a flight inspection directive with 40, 60 pilots. Why don't they call a pilot who has flown 787? Now they have taken one advisor from Air India to advise them on 787. Let them demonstrate takeoff, and as they rotate, leave the stick and close the fuel lever. Fuel lever is not like a switch, electrical switch on-off switch. It is only you have to take it out of the latch and then bring it forward or backward. It is not easy to use the fuel lever just like that. There's some technical snag in the FedEx full authority digital engine control. It's an electrical system, maybe some short circuiting and both the engine are failing. This particular aircraft had twice the same snag earlier. Why didn't the engineer report to the Boeing? How they continue clearing this aircraft with this particular snag happening twice before this? It is only you cannot silence the sound of the professionals and aviators regarding he put the fuel lever off. It's an explanative remark. When the engine failed, he just asked, did you put the fuel lever off? He said, no. No pilot will do it before 500 feet, no action. How can he leave the stick and put the fuel lever off? It's shocking the statement coming by investigation board. I happened to talk to one of the investigation that you talk about gear. What do you mean by gear? He said there are three gears. One is the forward gear which climbs the aircraft, one is neutral, one is reverse gear. He's talking reverse gear in the aircraft. What do you expect? What sort of investigation you expect from them? It is only to just satisfy the Boeing company. No blame on the Boeing, otherwise they have to ground all the 787 all over the world, which is going to be a big loss. Now let us wait for the investigation report what they give to the government of India. Then only we can comment on this report what they have done, whether it's general report, experience report or not. It is a professional report or not. They have not involved any aviator who has flown this particular aircraft. The Secretary Home Affairs, Secretary Civil Aviation, Police Commissioner, Director who issued the airport permit. Have they flown this aircraft? What do they know about flying? Getting airborne, he uses the stick to bring the nose up and then he leaves the hand on the stick and put the fuel lever off. Just not possible.
Yes.
Wait for the investigation report what they give, then only we will comment on this.
So clearly nothing has been learned as yet. No lessons from what happened last year have been learned at all. No remedial steps taken, Mr. Sujit Panesar, either?
The lesson learned is only they have to compromise with the Boeing company. Boeing is a very big person and they can buy these people for their report. They won't give any report against the Boeing or Air India. Please take it in writing from me. They will not blame Boeing company at all. The normal tradition in the investigation by Indian experts is when the pilots die, put the blame on the pilot because they never come forward to give an evidence. And if by any chance the pilot survives, they kill him by investigation for years together. This report has to be, I have written a letter to Chief Justice of India to ask for judicial inquiry. Here the professional will be blocked. They won't let them take their advice. I prefer if media takes the investigation, they'll do a better job. Because media will call all the experts, they will listen to them, and then only they broadcast. In the indoor inquiry, how can you trust them? They will not show you what's in cockpit voice recorder. They will not show you digital flight data recorder. There's so many things professionals can only analyze, not the secretary in the Congress.
Okay. Let's leave it at that. We've run out of time. My thanks to all of our guests for joining us on this discussion. Let's slip into a short break.